Tonight I would like to pay tribute to a woman who has impacted my life more than anyone else on this earth. I would like to recognize her for inspiring me, loving me, guiding me, and most importantly, teaching me. This woman is not in fact one of the many educators I've had growing up. She is my mother, Tammy Jo McIntyre. My mom is one of a kind. She has a zest for life, she's fun-loving, she's supportive, and she's a little bit of a perfectionist. As a young teen, at times I thought she could be embarrassing when she'd be dancing to Get Low by Lil Jon or Get the Party Started by Pink in the kitchen with my dad. But now as an adult, I look back on these times and I smile. She has never ceased to remind me that life is meant to be lived to the fullest, and she raised me to find the good in every single day. This started as a kid at family dinners. We would all go around the table and share the best part of our day. Then as a teen, she encouraged me to start a bucket list, so she could help me do and see everything that I aim to in this lifetime. My mom is my greatest role model. She's the one that I aspire to be more like every single day, and I would like to take a moment to recognize my mom for her sacrifice, her loyalty to family, and most importantly, her unending love. I have to say, my dad, he's pretty cool too, and he's got a pretty neat life. He's an international salesman, and he's done that most of my life. He's traveled the world, he has some awesome stories to tell, and often takes his place as the center of attention in a crowded room. He tells his stories to family and friends and grasps the attention of a crowd. You can always see my mom standing off to the side with a smile. Growing up, we would travel a lot, all of the time, and I can always remember people saying things to me like, "You are so lucky that your dad can take you on such awesome trips," or, "Your dad works so hard for your family," which are both very true statements. My dad did work really hard for my family, and I did go on wonderful trips. But you know who deserved equally as much recognition for those amazing memories? My mother. How fortunate I was to see so much of the world at such a young age. But how much more fortunate was I to have my mom at home every night to help me with homework after a long day? How blessed was I to have a warm dinner every single night and have clean clothes to wear? How lucky was I to have a mom who watched Cinderella with me the night of my first heartbreak? And how fortunate was I to have my mom to look up to into the crowd after I finished my 50-yard freestyle on the swim team? I want to clarify that this is in no way a message to berate my dad, because I can list equally as many ways that I am so lucky to have him as my dad. But instead, this message is to give my mom the recognition that she never received. As an adult, I can now see the sacrifices that my mom made for my family. After working all day doing various jobs to help those in need in our community, she would come home to cook, to clean, to assist with schoolwork, and to take care of any more of my childhood needs. She would take care of my pets, my grandparents, and really help out anyone who needed her at any time. I'm sure simply at times she wanted to take a bubble bath or to watch some TV, to grab dinner with her friends, or possibly to be out traveling the world with my dad. But she always chose to be a mom, and she always put my brother Zachary and I first, and I've always known that when I need my mom, she will be there. And I know that that required so many sacrifices on her part, and these sacrifices show the loyalty that my mom has to family. When I was in elementary school, we did almost everything together as a family. A lot of the time, this even meant my extended family, like my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, and my cousins. We were all incredibly close, and we would go from the lake to the library to amusement parks to sporting events. We sat at the table as a family every single night, and we frequently went out for ice cream, which was my grandparents' favorite. But it was more than just spending time together that taught me about family loyalty. My mom taught me that we have to be proactive in nurturing the relationships that are important to us. And she did this with me in so many ways. Most importantly, I always knew growing up that my home was a safe space. I knew that I grew up in an environment where it was okay to make mistakes as long as I learned from them, and it was okay to talk about my thoughts and my feelings. And if there was something going on in my personal life, I always knew that I could go to my parents. My mom never screamed at or belittled me, and I always knew that my parents had high expectations for me, but they were always met with kindness and patience. She always remained calm, she always wanted to hear my side of things, and was willing to discuss what I had done wrong so I could really learn from my mistakes. My mom also treated my brother and I as unique individuals. I remember a time when my brother was really struggling with global history and was congratulated by my mom for receiving a 70% that quarter. However, when I took global history, if I received less than 85%, which was honor roll, I was in trouble. To be honest, at the time, I thought it was garbage. When I asked her why, she said, well, you and Zachary are very different people, and it's impossible to have the same expectations for each of you. Now I see how lucky we were to be viewed that way, as unique individuals. My mom also demonstrated that family loyalty is built by giving family a high priority. My mom never missed a swim meet, a play, a musical, award ceremony, or important meeting. We made it to all of my cousins' big life events, proms, graduations, homecoming football games, swim meets, anything for my family, we were there. We always made other members of our family a priority by visiting them in times of need and in times of joy, and sometimes just to visit them in general. My mom always coordinates the food for family gatherings, making sure all 20 plus of us have something there that we enjoy. And she takes the time to talk to each and every family member, checking in and making sure that they are okay. Despite being the youngest of her siblings, everyone knows that they can depend on my mom, and I find that really inspiring. I strongly feel that children do not always remember the material things that they were provided, but they always remember the way that people made them feel. My mom has always made me feel special, loved, wanted, and appreciated. All children deserve to feel that way. My mom's love is unending, unwavering, and unconditional, and for that she deserved this recognition. So thank you, Mom, to everything you've ever done for me. I see every sacrifice you made, and I appreciate you more than you know.